Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, go with me here. It's gonna be a little bit of a different episode, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Who here remembers the wonderful film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? My favorite Indiana Jones movie, because it's the best one. Anyway, a pivotal role is played by a journal of Dr. Jones, you know, Indiana Jones's dad, in that movie.
From the lion's head, will he prove his worth?
The Grail diary, and that diary is something that I happen to have. I've received it, and I want to tell you how. Also, stay tuned to the end of the show, because you can absolutely own one as well, and I'll tell you exactly how to do it. In the meantime, check out these awesome period posters, this sort of Indiana Jones setup we have here. Not only that, but right around the corner in the dark, I was hoping to do the video in front of it, but the lighting was too dark, are the actual screen used vehicles from the movie. Check this out. Anyway guys, this is gonna be a fun show. You're not gonna wanna miss this. And just as expected, a package from Vienna did show up in the post today, and I'm very excited to open it because I have a good feeling about this. Addressed to Professor Indiana Jones, Barnett College, Hamilton Hall, Grand Avenue, Fairfield, New York. Postmarked from Vienna, and you can see the stamps there. It's got some good weight to it. As you can see, it is tied by string. Now, this is just so cool. I haven't been this excited about anything in quite a while. I mean, this thing is just, I'm very, very excited. So you'll have to indulge me for, you know, playing along a little bit. But let's go ahead and remove the string here. I kind of don't want this, like, I don't want to damage the packaging because it's so cool. Okay, so here it is. And the diary itself is separated from the inserts initially. So we have to suspend disbelief for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put this together and to give it that authentic bulging look. And then we'll take a look at it then. And that's more like it. That's just like the movie. This is so cool. This is just, I am geeking out so hard right now, and we're gonna go through this stuff. I want you guys to be able to see it. So it's like a pleather cover, surprising, you know, for $25. I mean, this is just a great prop replica. It's so cool. And once it's, you know, loaded up with all the extras, it really gives the full effect there. So the elastic band comes all the way off. By the way, my skin tone with this light setup looks better than it did earlier, because for some reason when I add the cool color temperature lights to the sunlight, I get these like blue looking hands. So don't worry, I've got good circulation. It's not as bad as it looked. So yeah, it's a lot of, so all the pages that are actually part of the notebook are pre-printed with stuff. And by the way, I think there's 2 companies producing these replicas. This is the most popular one, and I'll tell you at the end how I got it. It won't be a huge surprise, but this secondary one has different inserts. It's a smaller book. One of the complaints that people do have is that they say that the printing is hard to read, and you can see right there, it doesn't look bad to me at all. It doesn't look like the sharpest printing, but at the same time, I don't think it's bad whatsoever. There are a couple of I wouldn't even call them issues, but there's a couple of things that you kind of have to suspend disbelief for. But at the same time, it's super cool. There are artifacts in here from all of the movies, as far as I can tell, and there's just a plethora of things to read. The inserts, most of them are the same size paper. I don't think that's an A4. It looks, what's the UK equivalent of an A4, where it's a little bit taller? But they all look the similar thing. They are like on colored, it's printed to be a color. You can see the color on the back. It's different. It's like a manila base paper, and then they print over the top of it with a different color. And there's just detail everywhere. There's little articles and little things to read. And there's a few of these in there. These are the telegraphs. I think that real telegraphs aren't quite this big. And again, it's that same paper size, but you know, that looks still strikingly cool. Let's go through here and see what else we have. There's a lot of history to learn here as well. This is a random page of something. I haven't figured this one out yet. Some pieces are more impressive than others. We've got all of Dr. Jones Sr.'s drawings and scribblings and notes. Massachusetts, August 24th, 1900. That is a bit tough to read, as you can see there, but it's fine. I mean, considering what the lengths that they've gone to on this, remember that from the movies? The images that when they flip through the book on camera, they went out of, look at this, there's a cipher. That's really cool. They went out of their way to include those images that people would be looking for. But there's a couple of things missing too, like the autograph that was obtained in Berlin by a person of notoriety is not surprisingly missing from this. Check this out. This is a map of Vienna, old map of Vienna. It says Venezia, which I think is an old terminology for Vienna. That's just totally cool. One-sided. They're all one-sided. Again, it would be cool if they were dual-sided. There's a little suspense and disbelief, but again, $25 and you can have this. Flipping through more pages here. I forget how many pages there are exactly. Okay, this is one of those suspend disbelief moments, so go with me here on this. This is a piece of sheet music. This one, there's two, but this one is unlabeled. Pretty sure this is the theme song to Indiana Jones, which, you know, you wouldn't really be having. That breaks the fourth wall. You know what I mean? That breaks the fourth wall. Some more drawings and things in here. Look, there's that part of the tablet. And, yeah. There's a lot of these. Oh, wait, that's that same page, I think. Yes, there's a lot of these. These are like museum reports. Oh, this is, what is this? Oh, yeah. So this is about the Ark of the Covenant, and it talks about the history of the item, which I believe this is real history, and it plays into the storyline very, very well. What I thought that is there are, I don't think you're supposed to do this. It's like almost a 1-to-1 reproduction. It's a little small. I'd say it's an 80% size. This is a silver certificate. But that's very, very cool. Look at that. They even have the threads in there. The detail is just incredible. Obviously, you can see the edges, but this one really breaks the fourth wall. So now we are we're breaking the fourth wall in a big way, and these copyrights and things here. So that, you know, I would have omitted that piece myself. This is a neat one. Rules of the tavern and guest log. No more than 5 people to a bed. It's always good advice. I feel like I just opened myself up for a lot of comments on that little comment there. This is a neat one as well. This is a newspaper clipping. I love how they included the images. I think that's very, very cool. And no, this is, as far as I know, I don't think this is an official sanctioned thing from Paramount or Disney now, who owns it. So Disney bought Paramount. Eastern Telegraph Company. Yet I'm okay with it. I mean, honestly, I'm just so glad that this exists. And you may be asking yourself, why this out of the blue? So I was watching Adam the Woo on YouTube here a couple of days ago, and he has one of these, and I instantly said, I have to get that. I absolutely have to get that. And he went to this cool event, and they were talking, I geeked out hardcore, absolutely hardcore. And I admit that fully. I'm definitely not too cool for that. There's a section of a newspaper clipping mixed in with all of these notes. Okay, so I want to show you one of these. There's several. And these are like museum artifact documents. And it talks about something from one of the movies. And, basically where it is and what it does. It's actually kind of like that one I showed you a minute ago. So there's a bunch of those in here as well. There's an FBI report. Some more handwritten notes. A postage stamp replica. Too cool. Just too cool. There's the map. More pages so you can see all this. There's entertainment in here for me for years probably. I'll probably be geeking out over this. And if the detail extends to the point where there's actually almost a storyline to follow here where you can reference things in documents that are also written about, because it doesn't seem to be gibberish. It doesn't seem to be just a bunch of nonsense. Something else I read about the other one was that some people thought it was more of a nonsense. Remember that image? Inserts, where these ones seem like they're actually, from something. There's a telegraph. That seems bigger than, I thought telegraphs were more like this size. I could be wrong, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Here's the cross of Coronado from the beginning of the Last Crusade. Marcus Brody, as you can see up there, stored in the Spanish collection. Because remember, he made it back to the school and they were going to put it in the Spanish collection.
This is the second time I've had to reclaim my property from you.
That belongs in a museum.
So do you.
That's a picture of the actual thing right there. And it talks about the history, which again appears to be authentic. There's a picture of Dr. Jones Jr. More maps. Look at this. This is a Los Angeles Railway Company University transfer document. I'm trying to show the most unique inserts because I think they are really adding to the effect. Star line. And more evidence reports. This one talks about the Crystal Skull, obviously from the 2008 film. And that's about it. I'm sure I missed some pieces in there. There's a lot to it. But that's not all. I want to show you something else that came with it, and that just looks so cool. But they give you an inventory sheet, and this inventory sheet is printed in color, and it is dual-sided. So if they had the dual-sided printing, they should have used it for the inserts. I think that would have been cool. Plus, think of it. You could find more inserts in artifacts online, print them out yourself, and add to this and customize it, which is something I've already thought about doing. Something I read in the reviews for this item is that some people say that you don't get all of these inserts. They're supposed to come with it. This is supposed to be an inventory of the inserts that came with the book. And I concur, there are items missing. And it does show everything from this. This is like the wrapper itself. Remember that? Which I will be holding on to. The individual pages inside. Some things, we had the map, we had this, and in other things. I don't recall seeing the rubbing. That would have been awesome. We did have a couple pieces of the currency. And on the back here, a couple more things. I think there are a few things that are left off. I don't think we had any of these little museum tags. But this is one that I was hoping would be included. The Club Obi one. That's, I believe, from Temple of Doom, my least favorite Indiana Jones movie. The good news is, this picture on here is big enough that I think I could clip this off this inventory document and essentially have it in here as an insert that I create. Also, there was no airmail envelope. That would have been really neat as well. So, $25, and I have a copy of Dr. Jones' diary. This is pure geek out, cool factor for me, and you can get one. You can get one. I ordered mine 2 days ago and had it yesterday. So, actually, no. Ordered it yesterday and had it today. So, it was like 1 day shipping for me. And again, 25 bucks for me. I'm definitely getting at least, if not more than $25 worth of value out of this. So stay tuned for the outro and I'll tell you how you can get yours too. All right, my friends, that is going to do it. If you want to own this, and I know you do because it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm so glad I got this. There's a link in the description below. For $25, you can own yours as well, the exact one that I got. But mostly, my friends, I just want to say thank you for all the support. Happy record hunting, happy adventuring, congaloosh. We'll see you next time.